Yo, Marv, skip to like 1:30 or something.
Nah.
I'm serious.
You
want to watch the whole thing?
Yo, I mean,
we could. That's up to you, bro. We don't got time today.
Yeah, we ain't got time for that. Hit that intro, Marv. Keep going.
That's good.
All right, go back a little bit, Marv.
Right there.
Luffy's peak. Look at him smiling, bro. Twitching.
Oh, nah.
Why didn't he give it a shot, though? Why didn't he use that shot?
Yeah.
I can't.
Nah, that
He
was
was
wild.
gyrating, bro.
Crazy.
Zunisha's like, damn, y'all seen that shot? Look at his hair. It's already white. Conqueror's hockey leaking.
That's how my heartbeat be, bro.
Look at Kaido.
Oh, nah. Kaido just clipping both over there.
Yeah, this is kind of crazy. Yo, we here. Gear 5 is like right now, bro.
We here, bro.
Yeah, with the drum beat, it makes it sound a little crazier than what's happening.
Kaido don't even know, bro.
Oh.
Yo, question. Do you think that's Luffy talking?
Yeah.
Or is it like Joy Boy?
No, that's
Luffy.
Luffy. He said what happened to me.
This looks nuts, bro. Luffy's like, yo, is
Did
this
you remember all the L's?
Luffy's like, yo, this is what plot is?
This is what plot feels like?
Oh, he's turning white. Let's go.
Yo, this dude is literally going insane.
I didn't think his skin would be white like that, too. All right, there you go. All right, that makes more sense.
This is nuts, bro. Sanji was like, yo, you felt that? He was like, you just touched my meat? She's like, no. That's crazy that... I remember he noticed that in the manga.
Yeah.
He was like, yo.
He like woke up, right? Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of dope that all the high tiers noticed him immediately.
Yeah.
𝐘𝐽 wrote too, though, but he specializes in
He used
hockey.
to be a high tier, I guess.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Yeah, that looks
pretty
nuts, bro.
Oh, yeah.
He split the sky himself
Yo.
and then cleared it.
Nah, this is crazy.
That's crazy.
This is
He
crazy.
split it, then cleared it himself.
Look at Pangea Castle. Sacrifice one of our best agents, only to enrage Kaido. Look at the Gorosei, bro. Yo, his voice is different.
I don't remember what their voices were.
Yo, the Gorosei suck, bro. 800 years and they've never been able to capture this fruit. I feel like they can never have a fun conversation.
Yeah, you think they party?
No.
Like they don't.
The fruit is evading us. They're alive. The Nika fruit. Luffy looks insane,
Yeah,
bro.
he looks wild, man. He just running. That was dope.
Yeah. Properties of rubber.
Breakdancing?
I like the sound effects they're adding.
Yeah. Oh, they're
sounded-
using Tom and Jerry effects.
Yeah, that sounded definitely like tunes.
I think this kind of solidifies that this is that like all devil fruits have wills,
Yeah, at least the zone.
Yeah, it has to be at least the zones.
but it was able to evade, like we always said.
In the anime, they made it more sure like that it is doing it, where the
Yeah.
manga left it more to chance.
Yeah, the manga was like, yo, it's an opportunity, but they're in the anime, they're like, nah, this is exactly what happened. Like, it's not implausible to think that this devil fruit wasn't evading us,
Right.
and that's where it comes into play. Is it destiny at play or is it like fate?
I hope it has nothing to do with that. It's
Bro,
more,
I forgot
think it's
about
more
those
like
attacks.
Yeah, they should have kept Orochi out this episode. This is crazy to even do.
Ah, man.
No, Denjiro needs to just come back this episode. Like, just speed it up. Man, she was like, all these years, I was getting back shots.
Stop. Stop.
It's finally my turn.
What?
Nah, bro. I'm strapped up. Oh, man, this is lasting way too long. Get back to Gear 5. Yo, Oden was really out here, bro.
Oh man, he was wilding.
Yeah.
Do you think if he didn't dance that they would have won?
Yes.
I don't know.
Absolutely. We've gone over this before.
The main thing is like, does he beat Kaido? That's the
Yo,
main thing.
yes.
I don't think he
Yo,
does.
Kaido got stronger after 5 years.
Yeah, no.
He would have definitely beat Kaido, bro.
He got stronger after Ethan.
Put it this way. Imagine like Kaido doesn't get that 5 years. Oden doesn't even train for the next 5 years,
Yeah.
from what we know. He was just like, yo, off the rip, I'm still the same strength, kind of. He would have just went after Kaido then, and he could have just rallied up Hyogoro and everybody else that could have helped him out. But that was Sebastian's point before, is that he's supposed to be opposite of Luffy, where like, he does everything by himself, and that's the reason why he failed.
Yeah.
Where Luffy won't do that. He'll have everybody with him and still achieve.
Because I do remember in the manga it said because Oden got on Whitebeard's ship for I forgot how many years, and then stayed with Roger for so many years too, that he became like this invincible swordsman. Like he became absurdly strong because of his travels with them.
Yeah.
So I'll give it to that. But yeah, probably he could probably beat Kaido or will beat Kaido if they fought prior to the 5 years dancing.
Listen, we always compared like Rayleigh and Oden to each other, right? And you always kind of said like, yo, Rayleigh got it by a little bit, if I remember correctly. I think Rayleigh would have beat Kaido back then too.
Yeah, but I don't think that Oden was on Rayleigh's level personally. So.
That's like prime relief to like a young Kaido.
Yeah.
Yo, this is taking a while, bro.
Yeah, this is not what we want to watch.
I zoned out.
Yeah. I wonder if they're gonna change that that line about the Kodazumi burning. I wonder if they're gonna change that.
They probably won't.
Nah, they definitely not. Yo, his face is huge.
Yeah, his face is the size of like over half her body. They said Seb Orochi cosplay one.
Yeah, you would look good as Orochi, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Yo, his face is just about as big as Yvonne Claw's, bro.
They can have a face off.
Yeah.
That was a good joke. That was a good joke. That was a good joke.
Bro. I feel like I'm gonna have to watch this under a different setting. But I feel like it's not even bad. I just like don't care.
Yeah. I don't think anybody cared, bro.
Yo,
nobody, not one person.
I'm not gonna lie, that thing looks like poop that's on fire.
Nah, that's Yo, that's grimy. For what reason did he do that, bro?
It made no sense.
They thought you could get hugged.
You said, give me a hug, bro. I need it.
A dawn will surely come.
Drew,
right,
really defined.
Let's get it. Let's get it. He looks so cool, bro. Yeah, you guys think that Oda was watching this and was like, yo,
this is what I envisioned.
This is heat.
Yeah, probably. He's probably seen it, like a while ago.
Yeah, he probably seen it a while ago.
I wonder if they're gonna do like people theorize like the white hockey. I think you did as well. Like,
yeah, the white hockey.
You think it'll be white hockey?
For what? Luffy?
Like when Luffy's using the ability.
Nah, I think he's gonna stay like this.
Yeah. I mean,
no, you go.
You know what I'm saying? They've been showing like gold's hockey too with Luffy and stuff. So I think they're just gonna mix a bunch of different colors just to show difference of strength.
Yeah, I love that the ground is like purple. They're replaying some stuff.
Yeah, we've seen this scene already, bro. Yeah. Can we? I'm just waiting for him to fight. I've seen this like 3 times already, bro.
And that was our problem with the anime, where they kept.
Yo, we've literally seen this like 3 times.
The exact same thing too. But all right, it looks dope though. But for real though, let's go.
There we go.
Yeah, you know what's crazy to me? This is what Shanks could do on the reg. That's what I think. Like Shanks could just do this on the reg with his Conqueror's hockey.
Same.
Oh.
Here, go to CGI again.
I don't know how I like that he still had to blow up his arm.
You think he should just be able to do it?
Yeah, I think he just should be able to just. He
I
just
think
does it.
It's still wackier for him to blow it up.
I don't mind it. Yeah, I don't mind it either. I get what you mean though. Like he shouldn't have to do the other gears if he's in the latest.
Because in the manga they never showed that he had to blow it up. He just kind of does it.
Look at Kaido.
Kaido's shook, bro.
Kaido's like, yo, did he just grab me?
Yo, Kaido's huge, bro.
Yeah, he's crazy big. Pause. Oh, doesn't Luffy stick his face through the hole too? After?
That's later. I think that's later. I don't know if it'll cover it in this episode. Because that's like middle of the fight, I think.
Yeah. Oh, nah, they had Kaido yelling like that.
Oh, let's go. Oh, they did the stars.
And then the rolling thing too. That reminds me of Mario.
He really swinging him around, bro.
It's just like Mario when he's jumping.
Yeah, he really just slamming Kaido around, bro. He just laughing. Psychotic, bro.
Still got a bump in the seeing stars. Like,
I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a big fan of the graphic. Like it's very like the exposure level is super high. Everything looks very light. I don't know if I like it though.
I do like it, but mostly because I can't see well. That's fire.
That looks crazy.
That's fire.
Oh, he picks up the ground, right?
Yeah.
Oh, he put his eyes back in.
I like how he's just moving in the air.
Yeah.
Free like that. It's crazy.
You need moonwalking, bro?
Yeah, it looks like it. There's a lot going on.
Yeah, there's a lot going on.
Yo, he really like entered a different anime, bro. Like,
yeah, this is a completely different anime now.
We're in Looney Tunes right now.
Yeah.
This is crazy.
It's low-key genius on Oda's part, combining both worlds.
Oh, combining both worlds?
Like, we have anime and you have tunes.
Yeah.
Right? He combined it, like making it ultimately if you combine the powers of anime onto like toon characters, now how Hawk's out would be, that's what Joe Boy is.
We gonna see the limits of that, bro. I wonder what that like the still shots of that look like.
Oh, we doing flashbacks?
It's crazy is that Kaido just took all of that and then seeing what Luffy can do. He's just like, I'm sorry for earlier. Like,
Not like, yo, what is this, bro?
Hey, yo, people still downplay Kaido. Still downplay Kaido.
Like, none of this shocked Kaido is crazy.
Like, imagine if all that happened to Blackbeard.
Yo,
You know what I'm saying?
Blackbeard would have been out, bro.
yeah, word.
Everybody like, nah, yo. Blackbeard would have just somehow won.
Yeah.
Is it
Like,
off panel?
are you crazy?
Oh, is it off panel?
So what Luffy just did to Kaido, and Kaido's still like, yo, that was cool.
Yo, I could picture Luffy turning Blackbeard's darkness. Remember those enemies? They had a little black hole that you could just do
Yeah.
anything with it. Luffy just grabs it and throws it, like the black hole into the wall.
Yeah.
And just punches through it and hits Blackbeard in the face.
Yo, they did that in One Punch Man.
They did.
Yo, somebody did like a black hole.
Yo, spoilers, bro.
Oh, my bad. And then Saitama just picked it up and threw it at him. Yo, it was so funny, bro. I was like, yo, this guy's way too overpowered. Yo,
Yeah.
One Punch Man, bro.
One Punch Man.
Yeah, I wish we talked about it, bro.
That One Punch Man talk, bro.
I feel like the episode's about to end, bro. Like, we really flash him back.
It's a lot of flashbacks. I mean, as long as next episode is like fully dedicated to them scrapping and Gear 5th, I ain't gonna be mad.
Yeah,
They fought pretty long.
But I feel like we're gonna be
they
like,
fought for like 2 minutes, bro.
yeah, I feel like we're gonna
Like,
be
real talk.
We're probably gonna get back into the Orochi and Iyori thing too next episode. Luffy looks stupid.
episode seems short.
Yeah, Marv, just cut it. Just cut it, throw it back on us. Oh, man. All right, what did you guys think about the episode? We'll start with Seb, and then give us your rating.
So of the Gear 5th stuff that we got, like I don't think we got a lot. Like I'm not gonna say we didn't get a lot. It looked great to me, right? I know you said the exposure was a little too high for you. I thought the light was a nice touch because it's been dark. I know Onigashima the whole time, and the whole point of like the sun god is bringing the dawn. It's like I'm making it bright now.
Yeah.
So I like that aspect of it. I thought the animation looked great. I laughed several times. Like I thought that looked cool. The things Luffy was doing. I hate that we got so much Hiyori Orochi in the episode. I would have like even just dedicated a whole additional episode to like that stuff and other things that were happening on Wano, and then just went full Gear 5th for this episode personally. I didn't like that they reused the animation a few times. Like I think it was like 3 times.
Yeah, it was like 3 times.
I didn't like that. But of the new Gear 5th stuff that we did get, I thought it was fire, man. Like I laughed at. I had callbacks in my mind to like watching cartoons on Saturday. Seriously.
Yeah.
And like I think that's like one of the big positives of this. Like Lawrence was talking about earlier, merging both worlds. And like people have been saying that a lot on TikTok and like on Twitter and stuff. In general, like that aspect of this,
Yeah.
where it's like you don't need to push the seriousness all the time when you get into the climax of like the big bad fights. So like I like the goofiness that we got, and like I like Kaido's reaction to it. Like I think in the anime it was dope. It was like, yo, this is kind of crazy, but he was still like, yo, I'm sorry. Like it was like he's still serious, but it's like, yo, he's recognizing that like this is kind of wild what's happening at the same time. I thought the beat was really dope. I thought the cutaway to the Gorosei was great.
Yeah.
Like I think that whole conversation was really good. Everything Gear 5th was good. Just I didn't like the reused animation. I would have just did way more Gear. I would have did a full Gear 5 episode. Like it would have. I wouldn't even have. The only stuff we got from the live floor, like that stuff was fine because it was reacting to Luffy.
Yeah, that
like,
was dope.
You know what I mean? Like that plays into the fight. The Hiyori Orochi stuff I could have did without. So, but I don't think you asked for the rating, so I'll give it a rating.
Yeah, give the rating now.
Solid 8.
Solid 8.
Solid 8. Yeah, because I did really enjoy the Gear 5th stuff when we got it.
Yeah.
It just took a while.
Yeah. All right, Law.
Honestly, I liked it. I liked, like I said, the Gear 5 stuff. I liked how they had Luffy look, going into combining both worlds. The powers of anime are somewhat like ridiculous. Like, we think of Dragon Ball Z, you think of other Bleach, Yu Yu Hakusho, One Piece. The powers you're able to do and the abilities you're able to do. You know, not just powers, but also capabilities, whatever, right? Now you're tapping into a toon world where, like, even with anime, there's rules. Toons don't follow rules. They can literally do whatever they want. They don't have crazy powers, but they don't die and they don't follow rules. So now you're combining the anime world with the toon world, where now you have overpoweredness, like crazy abilities, capabilities, mixed in with a world where you could like do anything you want, right, with no rules. You combine that, that person's gonna be ready because he's strong. Luffy keeps talking about freedom. In the beginning, when he turned to Gear 5, he goes, when he's saying what's going on, he goes, I feel like I could do anything I want. Anything I always wanted to do. Luffy's stages of even the gears, the 2nd gear, the 3rd gear, even the Gear 4th were all kind of like pre-visions for Gear 5th. They weren't complete Gear 5th. Like, they were kind of like parts of it, of what all Luffy can do. And that's why I mentioned, like, I don't think Luffy needs to, it's animate to blow up your thing like that, but I don't think Luffy needs to because the freedom. Part of Luffy in the previous, his rule was I had to give energy to my fist to make it Gear 3. I have to give energy and hockey to my body, to my muscles to make it Gear 4. Gear 5, I just do that at will. You know, I don't need to follow that rule. So making more freedom, like I could just do whatever I want. I could turn this into rubber. And I loved how he was just bouncing, turning in a way like a trampoline.
Do you remember in the manga if they did that?
I don't remember him blowing into. If he did, then I'll recall it. But
you know what chapter it is, Seb? Maybe we could go back to it and just check. Yeah, but keep going.
Yeah, I like that aspect of it too, and also like I said, the tunes wise, I was thinking of Mario. Not exactly a tune, but like Mario and like Tom and Jerry, when they had Kaido roasted, like after he blew back the blast breath.
And mind you, of Wile E. Coyote.
Exactly. Yeah. He's just like, huh? Like, that's what like that tune world is, that freedomness, and that's where like anybody would want that freedom, and that fits like Luffy so much. So the way they capture that in the anime, I loved it, and the power too. Where like we saw 2 different lightnings, you know, like skyrocketing throughout Luffy like crazy. We saw like this gold red looking lightning and the black hockey lightning, I guess symbolizing his conquerors. And it looked crazy because it was like reaching all the way to like the moon, or I guess they showed it like it was the sun, but it's nighttime, so it's I guess the moon, right? Yeah. Reaching all that too. And then the way they showed like Nika and how he was dancing and he jumped in the sky, the choreograph for that looked dope to me. Yeah. You know? I love Kaido's reaction and everyone seeing that, and him dragging like Kaido out of the grab. You think of like they grab a snake out of a barrel or out of the hole,
out of your boot.
Like he just did that. There's a snake in my boot. But pretty much like how he did that. But honestly, everything out there, I liked it. For rating wise, I'll give it honestly. You know me, I'm strict with my ratings because there's a few things like I said, recycling the same thing where they could give more, and also where we have some problems with the anime. We know that post time skip, Luffy doesn't need to go full body gear. Right, he could do just his arm gear 2nd and stuff like that, and I kind of tying it to where they're adding like Luffy having. I don't know if he has to blow up his arm. I don't think he needs to. Part to like you're limiting Luffy's growth and recycling the screen. So I'm gonna give it a solid 7 for that 7. You know, I really liked it, but there's a few things I'm strict with my things. But what you got, Larry?
Yo, did he do it in the manga? Because I saw you looking at it.
So I'm looking at it in the manga now. We don't see whether he blows his arm up or not.
You see his face?
The fist just comes in.
It just comes through the hole.
Because you get it from the perspective of Kaido and like the live floor. So it just like immediately bashes in and grabs him.
Okay.
So, yeah.
But I get what you're saying.
Yeah. But also I'm thinking even later on, like towards the end of the fight,
I'd have to go back and read.
They don't. I never saw once they show Luffy have to do it. He just kind of does it.
Did he do it with the Onigashima punch? When he did it with the Bajran gun?
Right. And then also, too, with Giant Luffy, how you blowing up your
I don't know if he did. I thought he did.
Bajran gun.
I don't think
but that was Bajran gun. Like, he was supposed to be shown as a more, like, there's more in here.
But also, too, like Giant Luffy, right? When whole body Luffy, how you blow your whole self up? You know? He just kind of does it.
Did he blow his whole self up?
No, he just kind of, he just went.
Or he just expanded?
So what happens when he goes full body, like the giant version of himself, he does have himself, like, puffed up, but then he shoots air out to go up into the air, like, into the clouds.
And then he just gets
appears.
Okay.
Huge. So we don't know.
Knows?
Okay.
Yeah, we don't know.
All right. So it's still hidden. For me, I thought just seeing Gear 5th was crazy. I feel like this is what we've all been waiting for, is just to see Gear 5th. Like, it's something that we're super excited about. And I think sometimes, like, maybe I'm too excited. Maybe I'm like, yo, like, this is finally here. And since it is here, I want to see exactly just that. So, like, when the Hiyori stuff came on, bro, I couldn't tell you how much my interest level dropped. It dropped, like, I went from, like, a 12 to like a straight -2, bro. Dang. I was like, yo, I need stuff to talk about because I'm just not interested. Like, I get like this is what happened in the manga, but to me, I'm just like, oh man, I could have did without this. I agree with Sebastian. Like, maybe we could have added more, like an episode dedicated to just that with everybody else's like whatever's happening in their happenings. I thought that would have been cool. But just to focus on Gear 5, even if he's like transforming, I would have liked to see him do like other things besides like bounce around and use the same animation like 3 times.
Right.
I personally would have liked to see him like running across Onigashima with like the spinning legs.
Yeah.
Or just do more like Looney Tune things. Because for me, I just want to see Gear 5. So when I saw the multiple like animations, which the animation looks very hard to do. Like it looks like they took a lot of time to draw that.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to knock it. I get it. They're probably saving it for next episode, which I hope. This is the moment we've been waiting for. Like regardless what's going to happen next episode, I feel like this is the episode we wanted to see Luffy just beat Gear 5, bro.
Right.
And if you're going to add these Kaido-like things, add them. And they were great when they were. But I enjoyed it. I feel like everybody's going to give this episode a very high rating because we're finally seeing Gear 5. But if we take out that general like expectation of wanting to just see Gear 5, I think if you look at this episode 5 years later from now, you're going to probably be like, yo, this episode is kind of like bad. For like, so I would say, I know you got an 8, I know you got a 7, bro. I thought you take out that Gear 5 expectation, I think it's like a 5 out of 10, bro. Like a strong 5. Like I'm not even joking. Like I know people are gonna get at me. They're gonna go in the comments, Larry, you're so nice.
You're allowed to feel that way, bro.
Yo, I hate Larry. Yo, bro, and that's cool. You don't have to like what I say. But for me personally, I think if I was leading as a director of this episode, I would have done much more than what was shown.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's just for me.
Yeah, I would have definitely dragged out the Kaido Luffy stuff. Like even if it's just them fighting more. Like there's just a lot you could do there.
Yeah, and you know what it was too? Even when they were fighting, there was a lot of like weird camera angles, and I didn't know what was going on half of the time during that fight. Like Luffy would be running up like a mountain, or like I didn't know where he was going. And sometimes I kind of don't like that because it happens in anime a lot, especially with like Black Clover when he was fighting for the first time with the half devil form that he had, and he was versing some guy. The camera angles just go crazy. And it kind of happened with Naruto versus Pain, where the camera angles just like, how is Pain like sliding on water and doing, and you don't know where he is most times. It's just like things just moving and happening. Mm-hmm. I think the perfect type of animation that I like to see, where it's very focused and very poetic and very like in tuned, is Kakashi versus Obito. If you ever watch that episode when they're fighting and they're going back to like childhood traumas, they have the right amount of drama, the right amount of fighting, and the right type of I know what's happening animation. Mm-hmm. And I think if they do that for Luffy versus Kaido with the Toon stuff, oh my God, that could be one of the best episodes ever. Ever. Like, it's not even close because of the scale of everything that's happening.
Yeah.
So,
before we move on, there's one thing I did want to say, and something I saw on Instagram, I thought it was dope, is that the Gear 5th episode launched on August 6th.
Yeah.
And August 6th is the like anniversary date of the Hiroshima bombing.
Yeah.
I think for the animators and for One Piece to try to be like this positive thing on that such a negative date for them, I think that's amazing.
Yeah, that was great.
And shout out to the people who came up with that.
Shout out to Japan, bro.
Yeah, man, they've been through some stuff, but
Japon.
Nippon. That's
what language is that?
No, never mind. We can talk about it later.
Yeah, my bad. I don't know what language that was.
But yeah,